I couldn't sit or stand for more than 15 minutes. So I started meditation lying down in bed, and now, power of meditation, I can sit for 2 hours on the floor. I mean, that was like, I didn't think in million years that I could ever do that.
In my lower L3, L4, I was having an issue. It's completely been cured with regular meditation.
In 2012 August, I got an injury, ligament injury, and it was a complete tear. Slowly and gradually, my walking has been stopped, and I was on bed. That physiotherapy, I started walking, but it is somewhere in mind that I could not sit on the floor. For the past 12 years, I did not sit on the floor, but after attending your sessions, I don't know from where that energy has come into my body, and I started sitting on the floor. Right now, I'm sitting on the floor with my legs crossed.
So all my sugar levels, BP levels got reduced. It is a miracle because when I went to my doctor a couple of weeks before with my blood routines, she got surprised because I used to take some medication for sugars. Now there is no sugar.
Sleeping disorder disappeared. Actually, 1 year I was not able to sleep. Only when I came to this meditation, I slept well. My rheumatoid arthritis was very high. Even that was recovered. Then spondylitis. I was doing my meditation, even that was disappeared.
I used to carry a lot of my conditions like my migraine, the bronchitis, where I was struggling to breathe. I used to carry inhalers all the time. End of those 40 days, all of that was gone. I mean, I realized there was not even a single episode.
I'm grateful to Vani madam. I was having some hormonal imbalance issue, and she has suggested me to meditate in Pyramid Valley for 11 days. That intense meditation helped me to understand myself. I have developed that connection with my own self that helped me to come out of my health challenges.
Hello friends, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to everyone joining here. Welcome to the day 17 of our program, Meditation for Confidence, Clarity and Manifestation. So let us all welcome our teacher, Kavya ma'am, and I would request you all to please turn on your video so that the session is more interactive. Thank you. Over to you, Kavya ma'am.
Thank you, Usha. Welcome, friends. Our session for today is, the second part of emotional intelligence and how meditation helps improve emotional intelligence. So, why is emotional intelligence really important? After physical intelligence, I feel emotional intelligence is the second most important thing in our lives because it is literally governing all spheres of our life, our personal relationships, our relationships at work, how we deal with people otherwise in general, and how we deal with the situations in our life all depends on our emotional intelligence. So, as we have been learning over the last few days, that emotions, we feel it in our body as well. So, every time we feel a negative emotion or we face a negative situation, we feel that emotion in our body and we feel that, experience that loop of negative thoughts and negative emotions, which then affects us in multiple ways. So, emotional intelligence is nothing but at the end of the day, learning how to deal with the world around you so that, no matter what situation you face, you don't let the emotions overpower you and you are able to deal with them in a clear headed way, or you are able to understand that what is the right emotion that can be felt, that should be felt at that time, and most importantly, what is the right way to express that emotion. So, I remember when I was practicing, like in one of my jobs, one of my bosses scolded me very harshly for committing a mistake in one of the work that he had given me. And at that point of time, when he was scolding me, I could feel like, a few tears coming down my face. And I was so embarrassed because I felt that, like I should be more in control of my emotions, that it's okay. So what if the boss is scolding you or giving you some constructive feedback about your work, or if you've done a mistake, or even if you want to express your emotions, there's a right time and place for it. And that day, when I stepped out of the room, I really decided that no, this is not how I want my EQ to be like. That, just start crying at the drop of a hat if someone, makes some comment about you. So, how many of us are experiencing this these days? That, we are always in competition with someone else. We are always worried about impressing someone else. And, that's how we change our expression of emotions. Or if anybody says something to us, even if it is a normal criticism, we immediately take it to our heart and, start feeling bad about ourselves. Or sometimes we say things and then later regret it. That, I don't even know why I said it. I don't really mean it. So all of this is a part of your EQ. That how are you in check with the emotions that you're facing, how you're able to express them, and because of having a good EQ, how can you then manage the relationships around you and deal with the world in a better manner. So the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence are as follows: self awareness, self expression, inspiration, empathy, and engagement. So we'll be going through all of them right now, one by one. So, just sorry. Yeah. So the first one is self-awareness. So this is something that we have been talking about a lot since the last 3 weeks. That the first thing, foremost, that meditation does is it really allows you to sit with yourself. We are so used to just being distracted every single time. Every free minute we get, we prefer to open our Instagram and scroll through another reel. We want to run away from the uncomfortable emotions that we feel a lot of times. So these days, Instagram and other social media accounts have become a good way. Immediately when we are feeling something that we don't want to feel, we find a way to distract ourselves. But meditation is actually forcing you to sit in one place and observe what's happening within you. Like I had said before, that spirituality is nothing but getting to know yourself. So self-awareness is very important. What is triggering you? What what statements of other people is it that creates a reaction with you? Is it when maybe someone comments on your body, you immediately have a reaction? Is it when someone criticizes you about your work? Or if someone is just, this is something that you have to figure out, that what is it that triggers emotions in you, what kind of emotions are triggered, and what pattern are you observing? Once, like, so for example, it's such a very small thing, but I realize that if I don't eat for a long time, I suddenly start getting very irritated and angry and upset, and immediately after, and I lash out at people around me. And immediately after eating food, it's like as if it's magic, that okay, why was I lashing out? So this was a pattern, this was an emotional trigger about myself that I figured out, and the next time it happened, I knew what to do about it, only because now there was awareness that this problem is there in the first place. Then awareness is also about what inner negative chatter that we carry. What negative thoughts are we thinking throughout the day? Sometimes we think so many thoughts that we are not even aware of the kind of thoughts that are there within us. So meditation is sometimes really forces all of this to come to the surface. That is why people, when they start practicing, initially they experience like deep emotional responses when they're crying and they're letting out everything that was stored within them. Because before that, nobody really, told them or gave them an opportunity to sit down with these emotions and tell them that okay, it's okay to express it, or it's okay to feel them. So it first of all brings about a very important part of EQ. It brings about self-awareness, because it is only when we are aware of what's going in us, in our mind and around us, can we actually do something about it. Otherwise, we just move around with unawareness about what is actually happening. So when we become self-aware, then it leads to the next step of self-expression. And I think this is one of the most challenging things that everyone is facing today, that they have a lot of thoughts, they have a lot of words, they have a lot of emotions within them, but what is the right way to communicate? Sometimes even words don't feel enough to express what you're going through, or to convey to someone else, what exactly you want to convey. Sometimes we just let out the emotions burst out, instead of actually finding a right way to convey or express what we are feeling. So in this way, I would actually say I don't have any other word except that meditation works like magic. Every time we say something or react, or in any situation, we have this 10 microseconds in our mind where we know that we are about to say something or react to something, and in any situation. And if we are able to master those 10 seconds about how we want to express our emotions at that time, becomes a game changer for everyone. So everyone has that. But what meditation allows you to do is it allows you to become aware of those 10 seconds so that you can choose what to do. And it's not something that just happens out of control for you. It's not just something that's not in your control. So, what I observed in myself was that earlier, when I used to speak without thinking, react without thinking, or after meditation, I started harnessing the power of those 10 seconds to think, okay, is there a different way in which I can respond to this situation? What are the words I am about to speak? Can I choose differently? Can I first some the first reaction we always get are the negative thoughts in our mind, but then you ask yourself that okay, is there another way to perceive or think about this situation? And that's how you change your self expression. You balance your emotions before speaking, because you, for those 10 seconds, you become aware of what you're about to do. And then the choice is in your hands about how to express that. So, even if you're a boss, or if you're in a situation where you want to manage like a huge crowd, you want to listen to them. So, one way is to just shout and trying to get people to listen to you. But another way is that how can you, communicate what you want firmly, yet gently, and get people to listen to you? Because ultimately, as we have all seen, we all like people who are able to explain something to us calmly, rather than people who lash out or shout at us. So we start regulating our expression in terms of what is a more positive, truthful, and compassionate alternative to alternative way of behaving in this situation. And uh, you know how to yeah, just like what is the right way of expressing emotions in that situation. So immediately when that happens, when you start controlling all of this, you see these changes, that you no longer need the feel for external approval from people, or how you can express without trying to dominate or control people. And you try to be more empathetic in your conversations and interactions with people. So, this is how self expression becomes the second pillar. Then the third pillar becomes inspiration. That when you are more calm, you also start looking at things differently around you. Instead of one thing that Chandra sir also always teaches us, that no complaining and Yes, like one important thing that he teaches is that no complaining. How many times do we find ourselves, complaining about every little thing that's wrong, that's happening around us, and so much of our energy gets wasted in it. But when we are calm, when we start looking at things differently, then even that emotion or expression of complaining changes. If something is wrong, then can you take ownership and accountability for it and do something about it? Can you change that situation? Then, do it. If you can't, then you learn to accept it fully for what it is. And, because that is the only thing that you can do. Then a lot of times, we see that people are complaining a lot in their jobs. They are not happy. They don't like what they do. So everyone is trying to figure out that, okay, what is it that I like to do? And while that is very important, it's important to figure out the purpose of your life and discover what you are really passionate about. But at the same time, till we are in that journey of figuring things out, can we also, start focusing that, okay, right now where I am, I will like what I do and put my best in it, and eventually, figure out or reach the place where I am truly passionate or which I feel is my purpose. So then again, complaining about work has become such a common thing that it's almost like if you're not complaining about what you're doing, you don't have something to talk about. This is again something that I realized, that when I joined my last job, everybody used to gossip about the leaders and about the job. But here I was learning in meditation that gossip is the cancer of the soul, that you have to do what you like. But to feel included, you also start doing that. And then I realized that no, okay, Kavya, you don't have to give in to what other people are doing around you. And uh, you can choose differently for yourself if you have access to some knowledge you are that you can implement. So, what they're trying to tell here is that when you start expressing your emotions in the right manner, then people around you definitely notice. Your managers notice, your boss notices, people around you notice, and you really become an inspiration for them. Whenever we talk about people we really like, we always look towards people who are more in control of their emotions. We always feel like wanting to learn from them, and not from people who, just say anything that they want, or, don't really mean what they're saying. So, how, when we become more in control, we start achieving more success in a workplace as well, because then we are even able to sort the problems around us in a more uh, calm and sorted manner, instead of getting all heated up about, okay, what to do in a situation. Then the fourth pillar, again, empathy. So important. I think another thing that I see so much around me is constant judgment. We all feel superior about ourselves by putting someone down or talking trash about other people. And we find this as a way to, feel better about ourselves. But one thing that meditation really brings in you is empathy, really trying to look at a situation from the other person's eyes and see that, okay, do I just stand here and judge them, or can I be of any help? And even if not of help, can I just, empathize with them and try to understand where they are coming from? So, one very example a meditator shared was that he was a boss in a company, and one of the employees used to come late every day to office, had been coming late every day for 2 weeks, and he was about to get very angry and just like shout at him and fire him. But because he had been meditating, he decided to take a different approach and asked the employee to come and, politely ask that, what has been up? You have been coming late to office for the last 2 weeks, and what's going on? And then the employee ended up telling him that his mother was really sick and he was the only person to take care of her, and that's why in the morning it was taking him some extra time to manage all of the things, and that the problem, should be over soon. So the boss understood, and he allowed him to, like, manage things around work to fulfill that responsibility as well. So he realized that, even as a boss, his level of empathy had increased after coming into meditation, because when you realize that everyone is going through some trials and tribulations in life, then you realize that being kind and empathetic is the least that you can do. And this is something that I find with the meditation family that I have come across in these years as well, that there is actually like no judgments more than your real family. Sometimes you feel that, okay, these people have really found that empathetic corner in them, and they understand what you are going through, what journey you are going through, and their level of empathy has increased to that level. So you automatically feel safe around such people, because you can be yourself, and at the end of the day, that's the best version of the EQ, where you can safely express your emotions and be who you are. So this again, like I said, allow, and it's written on the slide as well, that it allows you to make mistakes as part of the learning. It really makes you realize that nobody is perfect. Everyone is trying their best at the end of the day, and you are also part of that. Everyone is human, and empathy really allows you to connect more with people when you realize this feeling. So, and the last is engagement. So, you know, it's like, while expression of emotions is important, listening is also a very important part of expression. These days, we want to always say our piece first and, get it done with, and not really put our full concentration into hearing what the other person has to say. But meditation in generally, teaches you how to stay quiet, because how to listen more, because after a point of time you don't want to waste your energy with the wrong words, with unnecessary talk, with, like, speaking something useless that's not required. And it really makes you more patient enough to listen to the other person. And even if you read some of the books which tells you how to, like, I think Dale Carnegie's book, that how to win people, win friends and influence people, he's saying listening skills are such an important part of dealing with people around you, because when someone feels that they are heard and they're actually being listened to, they respond to you even more in a better manner, because they actually feel that they are being heard in that situation. So, how many times now, if you really do a self check, that do you really listen to the people around you? Or are we in restaurants these days? You see, mostly people are on their phones even while sitting together. And after 1 minute, people like, okay, okay, what's next? Our attention span has already gone so low. So meditation really brings that patience element in you, where you develop those listening skills. And then when you are aware of how everyone is, then if you are a leader, then you can use that to channel people's energy towards shared goals as well, because now you know how to interact with everyone as per where they are. So many times, the jobs of CEOs and everything, or the top leaders in companies, is not just knowing the skills of the job that they're doing. It's also about how do you manage and deal with such a huge group of people and get them to do what you want. And that's only when you're able to engage with them on a one-on-one level, and also as a and also on a group level. So, and ultimately, when you have developed all the four pillars that we discussed, then you become more confident in your expression. You know that, okay, if I'm actually really being in the moment and listening to what the other person is saying, then I will also find a way to respond to them appropriately in the way that is required. So, uh, and it when you become more confident, then it allows you to take more initiative and contribute more proactively in your job or in whatever is happening around you, and it just becomes a natural part of who you are. So for me in my journey so far, I think one thing that I have really found to be very important is emotional regulation. And meditation, I've seen, it's just naturally brought about this change. It's like one day you wake up and suddenly you feel that, okay, this change is there, and you don't even know how to put it in words. So this was it for emotional intelligence and the 5 pillars. Let's go in for meditation, and then we'll take up Q&A after that.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area and resting your attention on your beautiful heart. With a slow, long, relaxing breath, connect with your heart center. Feel it, dear friends. Notice the beat, the rhythm of your heart. Your inner knowingness. The center of all emotions, nurturing all life with its higher vibrations of love, compassion, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your past? Or simply going into an experience of higher emotion? Imagine that you are experiencing great, beautiful nature. You're trekking into mountains. You're helping people in need. Relive that moment and feel that energy. and allow yourself to direct that energy onto everyone and everything on this planet to help them heal. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Relive that moment and feel that energy and spread that energy to everyone, to everything, or to those who are in need. The more you experience love, compassion, deep joy, the more coherent you become, the more connected you become. You and slowly let's go into breath meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. Observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath. With your attention at the root of your nose, when you observe your breath, your mind becomes less and less of thought. your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself to experience that deeper calmness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience emptiness, blackness. Where there's no body, where there's no thing. All emptiness is energy. The quantum field of infinite possibilities. The field of wholeness, the field of oneness. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, this energy, the more you become of it, the more you receive from it. stay aware of the emptiness, that calmness, this field of energy, the field of creation. The more you are with it, with this emptiness, the more you tune in. For miraculous possibilities. The more expansive you become. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to go into that emptiness. This is your divine self, your greater mind. The more you are with it, the more whole you become, the more empowered you become. Friend, can you express gratitude to all things and everyone? Express gratitude to your parents for giving this beautiful connection to life. Be grateful to your teachers and mentors for expanding your knowledge and wisdom. Give thanks to everyone in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, partners, for helping you learn and experience many things. Be grateful to this grand nature, the fish, the bird, the animal, the planet, stars, sun, moon, Mother Earth, for all the energy, beauty, mystery, and more in our life. For gratitude to everything you use, the system, the company, the governments, the technology that supports our life in many, many ways. Gratitude to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others, and to this intelligent universe for helping us experience this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you seen? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.
Welcome back, friends. Hope you all had a good meditation. If anyone has any questions, anything they would like to share, then please feel free. Great. Shri, thanks for sharing. Okay, if there are no questions, then let's end. Thank you everyone. Then let's end today's session. But friends, I would just like to say that, we are learning all of this. Hope you all are trying to implement it in your daily lives. And then also, if, some questions come up, either you can also text your facilitators in the groups, or, if you have questions, or if, you just want to talk about something, how the journey has been, then please utilize those resources as well. Yeah. Okay.
Friends, just a quick announcement and a quick reminder that we have a book club session today, right after this at 8 o'clock. The details for the book clubs have already been sent to you in the WhatsApp groups. Please do join. Today, we will be discussing about the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. So it's a very, very important book, and it's also very important for the improvement of your EQ, and it's very directly correlated to your EQ. So please do attend.
Thank you so much, friends, for joining.
I am the light of my soul.
Until then, happy meditation.